Welcome back, everybody. We are here to draw cards for July the 14th. We just had an overall message pop out. I'll look at that in a couple of minutes. And so we're going to do a card for each sign. So quick little readings like this are a great way for you to check out your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, your Jupiter sign if you want to know what's expanding, your Saturn sign if you want to know what you're being disciplined about, and your Venus sign if you want to know about love and or money. So we're just going to run through all the signs really quickly, but first we're going to see the general message that popped out here. What do we have? Prince of Wands in reverse and the Princess of Cups. So it looks like there's a situation where there's somebody here who's really flighty. It's hard for them to focus on one thing. Once the new wears off of something, then they're on to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing all the time. Oh, look, something shiny. And it looks like what's going on is we are telling that person exactly how they make us feel. So interesting thing to come up for a general that would apply to most of us who are watching, if not all. I guess I should be shuffling on camera. All right, let's go ahead and put down some cards here. So we are starting with Aries. Aries, what you have is the Prince of Cups showing up in reverse. To me, this is talking about self-care, that you were doing something to nurture your own self, not so much, this could be like a romantic gesture that you're doing with somebody else if it was right side up. But for me, upside down right now, it's coming through as self-care for you, doing something to pamper or rejuvenate yourself. Excuse me. Next up, we have Taurus. Taurus, we have you showing up with the Nine of Pentacles. This is telling me that you're feeling very much independent, like you have plenty, you're doing your own thing, and you're feeling really good about how your own thing is actually going. Next up, we have Gemini. Gemini, King of Pentacles showing up in reverse. I feel like this is somebody that you're interacting with, and I do feel like this is somebody who they see you as having plenty, being prosperous, being abundant, and they are trying to get you to support them financially. The problem is they're not being very honest with you about where that money is going to go for that support. So just be aware. Make sure if you're going to support somebody financially that you're asking a lot of questions, that you're finding out exactly what this money is going towards, and making sure that you have proof that it's actually going where they say it's going. Cancers, you guys are up next. We have the lady showing up for you. By the way, this is my Druidcraft Tarot deck. And so the lady is just telling me, Cancers, this is a great day to conceive. For those of you who are trying, the energy is really good for that. But for those of you who do not want to, obviously take precautions. But also this talks about, being very fertile, being very productive, being very creative. And so this does not have to do with conception of a baby for all of you. So this can be about creating some kind of new project or some kind of new product, some kind of new business, but creating something new. Maybe you're creating a new quilt, but creation is important, and creativity whenever this card shows up. So good for you, Cancers. We like that card. Next thing that we're looking at is for Leo. So Leo, we have the Nine of Swords showing up right side up. This is telling me that there's something that is stressing you out or bothering you in the extremes, basically. And so whenever this card comes up, I like to just advise that what you want to do is you want to look at whatever the situation is that's making you so anxious. You want to try to look at it more objectively and ask yourself, how much control do I have over this situation? And then the next question you want to ask yourself is, have I done everything that I know how to do to make sure this situation goes as well as it possibly can? If you have, then, it's time to let it go and sort of be at peace with where the chips fall, because you can look yourself in the mirror and feel like you did a good job with this, So don't let this stress hang over you. This is unhealthy. When the Nine of Swords comes up, this is the kind of stress that, makes us actually sick. So we don't want to We don't want to let that hang around there, Leos. Okay? Next up, we're looking at Virgo. So Virgos, you guys have the Two of Swords. This just tells me that you are making a significant decision today, Virgos. I don't think you're going to have any trouble actually making this decision, but it shows up here because it is a decision that's going to impact you for more than 10 or 20 minutes. It's going to be something that's going to impact your life going forward in the future for, for a significant amount of time, Virgos. Next up, we have Libra. Libras, you guys have the Six of Cups showing up in reverse. This is telling me you're having some memories that you don't so much enjoy. So memories can be triggered by a lot of things. Sometimes it's somebody coming back from the past that we would rather not see, or doing things that we used to do in the past, or going to some place that we used to go to in the past. A lot of different things can trigger these types of memories, but these are not memories that you feel really good about, Libras. Next up, we're looking at Scorpio. Scorpios, we have the Four of Pentacles showing up in reverse. And I gotta tell you, this kind of makes me excited having a stellium in Scorpio, because the first thing that came to me is that we're going to be opening up to somebody in our sphere of influence that we probably haven't opened up to before. So we're going to be, basically inviting somebody into that very small, tight-knit inner circle that we have, sharing some of our deep emotions or feelings with them. Now, for a few of us, this is going to be about spending money that we were planning on keeping stashed away. But like I said, I feel like the first thing that popped out to me on this had to do with sharing our feelings in ways that we don't with the average person in our sphere of influence. Okay, next up we do have Sagittarius. Sagittarius, we have the Queen of Cups showing up in reverse. Sagittarius, I think you want to be very careful about the boundaries that you have put up between yourself and some other entity, whether that's a person or a business or whatever. Because this card tells me that you've been putting up with something for a long time and not really saying anything about it, just trying to blow it off and act like it's no big deal. And something happens today that really has you having an emotional explosion. And the reason you're having an emotional explosion isn't just from whatever happened today. It's that whatever happened today was just the cherry on top of that cake. And so, before that happens, if you can, you may want to set some boundaries to make sure that you're not letting people walk all over you to the point that you feel like the only way to fix that is to have an explosion. Communication is always, always, always the key. Okay? So that's for Sagittarius, or people with Sagittarius in their charts. Capricorn. Capricorns, you guys are giving somebody a gift today, or you're giving somebody a second chance, which I do consider to be a gift as well. So giving somebody a gift or a second chance, Capricorn. Aquarius. Aquarius, you guys have the Two of Wands showing up in reverse. I feel like you do have a choice technically in front of you, but you're feeling like there's somebody around you who expects you to choose a certain thing and who would not be happy if you didn't choose that thing. So I feel that you are feeling like you're sort of backed into a corner. So even though you technically have a choice, really you feel like there's only one choice that's going to work out well for you. And I don't think you're too happy about that. You may actually have wanted to choose something else if you didn't have this outside influence sort of dominating that for you. Next up, we have Pisces. Pisces, you're just called to be very responsible in your decision making and in your actions today. You want to think through the things that you do and the things that you say. Otherwise, you could find yourself in a situation that you have regrets about later. So think things through. Don't act quickly. Don't act on instinct. Make sure that you're making good decisions today. Okay, Pisces? So that's everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I do appreciate all of your kind support. Thank you for helping me get this channel pumped up to 7 million. I do appreciate all the subscribes, the likes, the shares, the comments. All of that stuff adds to the logarithm and gets this video served to more people So thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to doing readings and Reiki sessions with some of you, and I'll see you all back on the next video. Peace out.